Charlie Cox returns in a major role as Matt Murdock in Daredevil, Born Again. Cox is once again the star of his own production after making a few cameos and guest appearances in various Marvel Cinematic Universe projects in recent years. Fans are eagerly anticipating the return of his character, as many have grown to love the complex and morally ambiguous hero that is Daredevil. The series promises to explore deeper themes and character development, building on the rich narrative established in the original Netflix series, Years. The cast of Daredevil, Born Again, which includes numerous comebacks from the original Netflix Daredevil series, is led by him. In some thrilling and startling ways, the first two episodes of the most recent MCU season reflect that relationship to the original series. Alongside Matt Murdock are Wilson Fisk, Vanessa Fisk, Bullseye, Karen Page, and Foggy Nelson. They all make a strong connection between the plot of Daredevil, Born Again, and Season 3 of Daredevil by returning from the original Netflix series. The MCU then expands Matt Murdock's worlds in unexpected ways, establishing a new standard for the series based on years of relationships and plots. Here is our summary and conclusion explanation for Daredevil, Born Again, Episodes 1 and 2, which set up the rest of the season to be pretty powerful. The cause of Foggy Nelson's death. Why Bullseye killed. Foggy Eldon Henson's Foggy Nelson dies in the Daredevil, Born Again season opener, as was long suspected. Wilson Bethel's Bullseye, the primary antagonist of Season 3 of Netflix's Daredevil, murders him. Bullseye never promised to never touch Foggy or Karen, unlike Wilson Fisk in the original series, who had promised to do so as long as Matt did not turn Vanessa over to the police. Bullseye targets Foggy's customer first in Daredevil, Born Again, finding out his whereabouts before going to kill him. It's interesting to note that Bullseye targeted Foggy despite having a greater animosity for Karen. The reasons behind Karen and Matt's termination. The series could have gone on with Matt and Karen cooperating and preserving their and Foggy's ambition, the Nelson, Murdock, and Page law practice, even though Foggy passes away in the first episode of Daredevil, Born Again. It turns out, nevertheless, that Matt cut himself off following Foggy's passing. Karen also lost one of her closest friends, and Matt abandoned her when she most needed him by withdrawing into himself. He has been trying to get in touch with her for more than a year, but she fled because of what he did, and they haven't spoken since. Everything that was affected by the time jump in Daredevil, Born Again Page. Karen returns for Bullseye's trial a year after she and Matt had a falling out following Foggy's death. With Deborah Ann Wool's character now residing in San Francisco, she is no longer a resident of New York City. Despite the passage of a year, Karen and Matt still harbor a great deal of resentment toward one another because of his failure to support her following Foggy's passing. After briefly returning for the trial, Karen returns home after failing to respond to Matt's attempts to reach her in the year since Foggy's death. Murdock, Matt's life has changed significantly since Foggy's passing. Matt feels pulled down by the burden of not being able to defend his best friend. Since he and Kirsten McDuffie founded the Murdock and McDuffie legal practice, Matt has become a very successful lawyer, yet he still bears a persistent grief. When they get back together, Matt even reminds Karen that he is no longer Daredevil. Since Daredevil vanished, there has been an increase in criminal activity in the city, but Matt doesn't seem to want to return. Fisk, Wilson. Interesting changes have also occurred in Wilson Fisk's life. After Echo shot him in the face on Disney Plus's Hawkeye, he took some time to recover. His criminal business was taken over by his wife, Vanessa, at that period. He announces that he plans to run for mayor, and Vanessa is clearly upset. While at a diner, Fisk and Matt talk and catch up on each other's lives. While Matt assures him that his days as Daredevil are over, threats continue to be made. Fisk informs Matt that he has changed and is attempting to assist his community as a better man. At Heather Glenn's book signing, who is the guy? Heather Glenn, Matt Murdock's new girlfriend, is a skilled therapist. The Marvel series centers on a mystery character at a book signing event for her latest title. Hunter Doohan, best known for his portrayal of Tyler, the unexpected antagonist of Wednesday Season 1 on Netflix, plays him. Heather is approached by Doohan's character, who tells her that he needs assistance and that he is a big fan. Insinuating that he will return in later episodes, Heather provides the young man her email after asking if she is accepting new clients. an explanation of White Tiger's MCU story and the significance of Daredevil, Born Again. White Tiger is in charge of bringing superhero drama to the new MCU series, as Matt Murdock did not don the Daredevil suit following Foggy's passing. Without his suit or his power-granting amulet, Hector Ayala hurried to a stranger's aid without giving it any thought. Unbeknownst to them, the victim was being beaten by two undercover police officers, one of whom unintentionally fell in front of a rushing train while battling Hector. After learning that Hector was hiding the fact that he was White Tiger from him, Matt has decided to stand in for him. Matt's return as Daredevil may ultimately depend on White Tiger's story. Matt must locate the witness because the dishonest police officers Hector battled claim that no one else was present prior to his arrival. He keeps an eye on one of the officers to predict when he will approach. When Matt gets to the witness, he tells him to meet his associate, Cherry. Then Matt beats up the plainclothes police officers. One of them has a Punisher tattoo, which is a major disclosure that sets up John Bernthal's comeback as Frank Castle. An explanation of Wilson Fisk's NYC mayor campaign and strategy, Wilson Fisk was elected at the end of his mayoral campaign. Since it took some time to assemble his team, Fisk's position in Daredevil, Born Again, was more expansive than it was in the original Netflix series. His primary pledges to the populace are that he would restore order to the criminal situation and that he intends to rid the city of the diseases caused by vigilantes. It appears that the latter is his ultimate objective. In Daredevil, Born Again, Fisk uses his position as mayor to purge New York of vigilantes after Daredevil previously overthrew his criminal empire.